God doesn't respond to how good you act or how much you try to be a good person. Reality doesn't give a shit about none of that, brothers and sisters. All reality responds to is your frequency. You must understand that it responds to your internal state, your mindset, your spirit, and your vibration. Because everything in your physical life is mirroring what's going on inside you, internally. You can't fake frequency. You can fake being nice, fake a smile, but you can't fake energy. It's impossible. You can't fake energy and you can't fake God, because God can see right through you psychologically. See, God in reality, they're mirrors. They reflect back to you exactly what you're vibrating at. So if you're walking around anxious, guilty, afraid, doubting yourself, that's going to be reflected back to you in your reality. And it's not to punish you. It's to wake you up. To show you where you still need healing inside. You can say all the prayers you want, but if inside you're not aligned, that prayer is just words. And that's all they'll ever be, is just words. Because there's no energy, no spiritual or mental energy behind it. It's all physical. Because the universe listens to energy, not effort. Heaven and hell are states of mind. They're states of consciousness, not real places. This is why you gotta transcend good and bad. Heaven and hell, they're not places you go to. They're states of consciousness. You must understand that. Hell is when you're living in resonance, trying to control reality, trying to make things happen your way, needing validation from the outside world. That's when you lose connection with God. That's when you lose connection with God, for real. Because now you're depending on the illusion, the physical realm. You're trusting the physical instead of the spiritual, the internal. The internal is eternal and the external is mortal. Heaven, through heaven, is peace. It's when you let go and just trust. It's when you stop trying to control everything and realize everything that is happening is God expressing itself through you. Heaven is awareness. It's self-trust. It's surrender. The devil is a mindset. See, when you start trying to control the physical world, that's when you start playing God. And that's when you become the devil. Not some red dude with horns. Not this sexy red that's up in hell with horns. No, the devil is a mindset. It's a voice inside that says, I can do this on my own. I don't need faith. I just gotta grind and control everything. And I know y'all know everybody, or you might be a person that has that kind of mindset. That says, I just need to grind and work my ass off. Because God gives his toughest battle to his strongest soldiers, which is a lie. That's when you get trapped in the ego. That's when you lose the connection to the source within you. But here's the thing. This physical reality, it's only 0.035% of existence. Everything else is energy. Unseen frequency. So when you only focus on the physical, you're chasing the shadow instead of the light that created it within you. And this is where science meets spirit, because it's all interconnected. Even science knows this. Quantum physics literally shows this. The observer effect. That means your observation, your attention changes what happens. Your consciousness affects matter. So your focus, your beliefs, your frequency, that's what shapes what you see. Metaphysically speaking, your mind is the projector and reality is the screen. So if you don't like what's showing up in your life, stop fighting the screen. Change the movie playing inside. They think God is this man up in the sky. No, it's inside. Bob Marley. And all the divine teachers all said the same thing. And this ain't not new. Every divine teacher, every enlightened soul has said this exact same truth, just in different ways. Jesus literally said, the kingdom of God is within you. That wasn't symbolic. That was literal. He was telling people that heaven is a state of consciousness. When you awaken to that, you realize that you and God were never separate. Never. And Krishna, excuse me y'all, also taught detachment. Act without attachment to results. That's about surrendering to flow instead of trying to control everything and trusting the divine. The divine, the feminine. 999. Anyways, Just had to put some rhymes. But Buddha taught enlightenment through letting go of suffering too. Through letting go through suffering by releasing attachments and illusions. Same thing. Peace through presence, not control. Letting go. Malcolm X, after he went to Mecca, he spoke about unity, peace, and truth beyond race or ego. That was a spiritual awakening. Realizing everything is one. Tupac also said reality's wrong. Dreams are for real. He saw beyond the illusion. He was aware of the unseen truth most people ignore. Also, Bob Marley, another divine leader, also said, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. That's frequency. That's inner liberation from outer freedom. Bobby Hemmett also talked about tapping into the God within. Understanding that you're not a victim of this world. You're the source of it. And Michael Jackson, that was crucified by the media and by the whole world, like all divine leaders, almost all divine leaders did. He also used to say he also used vibration in itself, music. His art was a frequency. Every note he sang, he raised energy. That's why it still hits souls decades later till this day. Because he was channeling God through creation. God energy through creation. All these teachers, man, they were mirrors of divine truth, brothers and sisters. Different voices, same message. You are the source. The power's within you. And this is how it all ties together. So when you break this down, psychologically, spiritually, scientifically, it all connects. It all connects. Psychologically, how you see yourself becomes how you see the experiences of the world. Spiritually, your vibration determines what you attract. Scientifically, your observation collapses energy into form. Mentally, your subconscious belief writes the script of your life. It's all the same truth, just explained in different languages. Explaining one thing. Your internal world creates your external world. One truth, different teachers. When your mind, spirit, and body are aligned, that's the Trinity. That's creation and balance. That's when you start living in flow. Not chasing outcomes, but becoming them. So yeah, God doesn't respond to how good you act, Mr. Nice Guy. God responds to your frequency, brothers and sisters. Heaven and hell, they're just vibrations. The more you trust, the more you let go. The more peace you'll feel. And that's heaven. Because everything, the mental, the spiritual, and the physical, all of it is one thing. God mirroring itself back to you through your own energy. When you realize that, you stop trying to find God and you start being God's reflection. You stop chasing reality and you start aligning with it. So, don't fight the illusion. Transcend it. Trust your frequency because that's where God speaks the loudest. And with that being said, I'll see you in your new God frequency. Peace and ashe. One love.